The time that Russia's war on Ukraine threatens the global steel supply and drives the price of hot-rolled coil steel to $1,115 per ton, J.P. Morgan says Cleveland-Cliffs is the stock that takes the top spot in the entire steel sector. The $17 billion market cap company isn't necessarily the biggest in the steel universe, but with little to no exposure to Russia, J.P. Morgan says Cleveland-Cliffs is best positioned to benefit from North American demand, particularly from the auto sector. The auto sector, though, that faces an uphill struggle amidst the global semiconductor shortage. GM closing its production plant in Indiana, and Ford shipping its vehicles to dealers minus the chips. I do not know how that would work. How will it affect the automaker's largest steel supplier? Let's bring in Cleveland-Cliffs CEO Lorenzo Goncalves. Lorenzo, you know, it doesn't hurt that you're the largest flat-rolled steel producer in the U.S. with the auto sector as your biggest customer. Can you just give us a very latest indication of how orders are coming in from your auto customers?
Good afternoon, Liz. It's always a pleasure being with you. Orders are coming in fast and furious. We have an enormous demand at this point. We are the largest supplier of the automotive industry and the largest supplier of flat-rolled steel. And we do not depend on importing metallic raw materials from abroad, particularly from Russia and Ukraine. We are self-sufficient. It's something we designed, working very well.
Well, let's talk a little bit about exposure or lack thereof. You are, of course, based in the United States, Cleveland. Yes, my Cleveland Browns, I know. Well, we won't talk about the quarterback. But Lorenzo, you know, how does that give you an advantage over some of the bigger names like Nucor?
Yeah, look, Nucor is a respectable company and a respectable competitor. But as far as flat roll, we are a lot bigger than Nucor. As far as the presence in automotive, we are way larger than anyone else, including Nucor. And more than anything, we do not depend on importing pig iron from Russia and Ukraine. Everybody else does. So that makes for a big difference. And because we are the largest with each one of the car manufacturers, they know that we are peace of mind for them.
See, now that to me is why J.P. Morgan really feels that you are the best name in the business, at least now, because Russia and Ukrainian steel production basically went from 180 to 0 the minute this war started, and you do not have that kind of dependence on it. Let's talk about you know, infrastructure. I am very interested to know what you're starting to see as we hit the spring construction season. We do know that the infrastructure plan was accepted, so we do expect to see a whole bunch of bridges starting to be made, different buildings, upgrades, updated efforts here. What kind of piece of the business do you get from that?
We are particularly geared toward the supporting plate demand, and in several things, including bridges, highways, machinery to support the entire effort. Another very important portion of the infrastructure bill is the $65 billion allocated to improve the electrical grid in the United States. Cleveland-Cliffs is the sole producer and supplier of electrical steels to the grid. So we are totally involved in the effort, and we are really flush with orders of electrical steel.
Lorenzo, before we go, we had just been listening, and I'm sure you caught some of it. President Biden, he has unveiled a new budget, and within the budget, he has proposed that the corporate tax rate go up to 28%. Certainly not the highest it's been, but it is off the lows that had been brought into effect when President Trump had brought in the new tax cuts. Can you still do well with a 28% tax rate?
I would rather have a lower tax rate. We believe that we have been doing everything we have to do in order to support middle class, improving wages, making sure that we can employ people and people can take care of themselves. We don't believe that higher taxes will be the way to go. But of course, we will continue to perform. We will continue to work around that. I see this as an unnecessary burden on us, but we'll work with the administration. We'll work to continue to support our business, our shareholders, and our employees.
Well, the stock is doing beautifully, up 99% year over year, up 50% this year alone. Good luck to you, and we'll be watching, Lorenzo. Thank you.